Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. How the devil are you? Hope you are all well. Thank you very much for coming and joining us. Listen, I'm chuckling in the background like a. Right, let's bring him in. Here we have we have Brian and Terry as always. Thank you. Oh, wrong button. We want Chris on there, don't we? There we go. There we go. That's better. That's better. Brian and Terry, as always, and thank you very much to Chris, aka the Bald Woodturner. Thank you very much for joining us, Chris.
No, welcome.
Right, so
thanks for asking, Stephen. Much appreciated.
No, we're going to see what people want to find out. I'm just going to say this quickly. There's going to be a slight echo in the background because Chris is using an open mic system. So you may hear some talking in the background where it changes over. But unfortunately, we can't do nothing about that. So you're going to have to live with it, unfortunately. So
that means they get to hear me twice.
Possibly.
Oh, God.
What's wrong with that? I'm invincible.
He's off. He started already. So, as you guys may or may not know, Chris is a professional woodturner. His turner name is the Bald Woodturner on YouTube. But I don't know, do you go as Chris Parker or do you go as the Bald Woodturner in your professional world, Chris?
Professionally, I've just managed to land the website with my full name.
Right. Yeah.
So I am now Chris Parker Woodturner.
Right, so there you go. So there is, Chris has got a YouTube channel. I'll get one of the boys to put that link in later on for it.
I'm all over it like a
And
rash.
as always, if there's any questions for Chris, how he got started, what he's up to, what he's got coming up, is what shows he's going to, blah, 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 then stick him in the chat and then Terry and Brian will read the questions out and hopefully we'll get some good answers from Chris. So with that, I have on the lathe a piece of wood.
I think Lucy has to make. She says,
well, she can wait.
Your earworms all have one thing in common, Steve.
Well, good looking. Well done, Lucy.
Yeah. Well spotted, Lucy.
Oh, dear. What bonus are you going to get out of that, Lucy? None at all, I wouldn't imagine.
I guess that. I don't know. I guess that.
Right, so I'm not 100% sure what this is because this was given to me by Keith Greenfield. It's been sat on the shelf for ages. It's 110 mil deep, and it's got to be at least 7 inches across. So I'm going to turn a bowl out of it, but I'm going to texture the outside. I'm going to do some brush colouring on the outside of it. So I'm just going to quickly turn a shape. I'm going to put a mortise on it because I don't know whether that'd be very good for a tenon. So I'm just going to quickly turn that while you guys read who's in and welcome everybody in.
Okay, then welcome aboard everybody. Thanks for turning up. Yeah, Andy Door 60 was first in. Followed, other than the usual ones, Grandma Ruth Chew was in next. Dr. Bob was in, and Brian then came in just to make his mark. Dara Coolan came in. Simon from Coast Woodturners came in, and my chat's just jumped and I can't pick it up, so we'll start from where it starts. Val Tackle Woodturners in. Kingsport Abrasive, that's Rob. Anybody I forgot above that? Sorry about that. Doug Miller's in. Andy Bundy Rowe is in. Shane Hurst is also in. Brent Beecroft.
Could be here for a while, Chris.
Brent's having an awful lot to say, so that's what makes it. Peter Kelly's just joined us this evening. James Dunn. They start talking ahead of everybody. Rob from Copper Row Woodturn is in. Susie the Swiss Woodturner is also there. Woodturning's by Barry. It's almost a full page of people saying hello.
Take your time, Terry.
I'm taking my time, okay. Kev at 9K Creations is in. Graham Brown is also there. Brian El Tenero at De Madeira is there. Followed by Malcolm Douglas. And Paul Heighton, the Greasby Turner. Of course, I'm in there. Yeah. Alex,
we know you're there.
Alex the Wooden Things is in there. Twins by Barry, did I say that? I think I did.
I'm still
Barry
in it.
Chitty is also there.
I think you probably did.
Yeah. Archie's in. Remember Archie Scott. Hey, hello, Archie. Gentleman Woodturner's in. And Mark. Todd of Glen Cove Woodworks is there. James Crawford's in. James. thousands of them. They're not thousands, but they all talk. It looks like thousands, doesn't it, really? John Mooney has also joined us. Eric Winkler's in there. Hello, Eric. I've seen you for a while. Nice to see you back. And flying down through, Clint Wood Dancers is there. Ward Wilson is there. Chishki Creations, Wood Creations is also in. Brian's probably keeping a tab on how many there is. Roy's the boys joined us. Oh, you woke up then, boy. Mate.
71 there.
71, huh? Robert Broadwood is in. Returning Zoom is there. Whoever Returning Zoom is. High Copper. Returning Zoom.
That's Mark.
That must be Martin.
Yes.
Hello, Martin.
Martin
Steve
said
Gordon
for
is
Bob.
in there. Hello, Stephen. William Kenny's there. He's woke up as well.
Yep, nobody left sleeping now.
To be
William's
sure,
up.
to be sure. William. That gives you a good one, doesn't it? And further on down the list, Peter Parker, the Woodturner. Nearly there. Nearly there, nearly there, nearly there, nearly there, nearly there. Colin of Turn Links is in. And Neil M.
Colin's a new name, isn't it?
Yes.
Michael Asapardi's joined us. And
I'll
that
see what's going on there.
is so far those that are here. So welcome everybody to Steve's channel. Today, as you know, we got special guest star Woodturner Chris Parker, aka the Ball Woodturner, and he's just dying to answer some of your questions. So I'll start the ball rolling, and the obvious question is, Chris, why, when, and how did you get into it?
When I first picked a gouge up in 1986, life got in the way, and it got put down again in the same year. And I'm not going to get into that. That's too long of a story. And then I picked the gouges up again in 2012, and I've been building the momentum up since then. Really, I started selling my gear around about 2014, 2015, do the craft fair circuits and that sort of thing. 2017, I went in for the Woodturner of the Year, the Axminster competition, along with Stuart Farini. That's where I met Stuart for the first time. I think it was 2017, 2018. It was one of them 2 years. 2019, I suffer from tinnitus, which is ringing in the ears.
Oh, tinnitus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snap.
I've suffered with it most of my adult life, but I got an infection in one of my ears. When that went away, it came back really, really bad. So now the only time I get peace is when I'm turning.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, so it was just 2019, I went completely full-time turning. And then, as we know, in March 2020, the bloody world shut down.
It did, didn't it? Yeah.
So I got about 4 or 5 live demonstrations in before then. I started over in Lincolnshire. I did my first demo in Lincolnshire in 2019. I demonstrated at Warrington Axminster store. I think that was the February. And then in the March, I did one at Staffordshire Woodturners. And then literally days after that, we shut down.
Yeah.
So then I went on to the IRDs.
Right.
So by the end
of it, how was the IRDs for you?
Yeah, they were all right.
Work out. Yeah.
It was because I didn't have not really built a name up in the world of woodturning as yet. So it was slow at start. It started off with 10 people, 12 people, and it was with all the technology as well. It was how can we put interesting.
Learning curve.
Yes, it was one of them that if something was going to wrong, it was going to go wrong, and you're at the will of the God sometimes. So it was a big learning curve, but I built up a pretty decent following. So it was when you do the IRDs, it's sort of like going to a craft fair with one ball. And you're saying, right, I'm going to turn this. If you pay me £10, I'll show you. And if then people don't want to see it, they don't come.
They don't come, yeah.
So it's not like you've got an alternative. So I think one of my best attendances for the IRD was over 50, I think it was 57 people.
Which is a good turnout.
Yeah. It was nice for a demonstration, paid directly to me when I'm in my workshop. And it was good. So I've got a good sizable email list now. So you just keep plugging it. I'm not one of them turners that will just put a demonstration out there for out there's sake.
No.
I don't like trying to repeat things. It's something new that I can do, and then I like to pass it on to other people.
Right.
Yeah.
I think you've answered Grandma Ruth Tube's question. She said, Chris, how long were you wood turning before you became a professional? How many years?
Yeah. I mean, that's the big definition of professional, isn't it? Is it your ability to turn, or is it because you earn a living from it?
Earning a living from it, I'd say.
Yeah.
Sorry?
If you're a professional, it's because you're making a living from it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's odd. When I went in for that competition, you was either had to enter the amateur or professional. So there was people who were making a living from it, but they wasn't a professional. So there was people in the wrong categories. Well, it depends on who's making the categories, I suppose. But it's just that definition, isn't it? But when I went through the assessment, it is a rigorous assessment you have to go through. They want to see that you're putting good information out there, and you can do what you say you can do.
Yeah.
It's fun. I must admit that was my most nervous when I was doing my demonstration, and you've got 4 other RPTs closely scrutinising what you're doing.
Yeah.
So it's good fun. Good fun.
Indeed. So Chris is all over YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. I've put the links in for all of these.
Yeah.
Yep, they're all in the chat. If you want to see some of his work.
I must admit, I don't do a lot on YouTube. That was my son doing that for me. But I do intend to try and get some more on there.
There's more on Instagram.
Sorry?
There's more stuff on Instagram.
More on Instagram.
Yeah, there is, yeah.
That's a nice picture.
I first started on there about 4 or 5 years ago now, I think. It was good. I mean, the explanation I got about Instagram was it's sort of like a gallery where you hang your pieces, and if people like it, they send you a like. Like I say, it's nice. It's a nice platform. Works well. Sometimes the algorithm is sometimes difficult to try and work out, but
yeah. Well, that's difficult with them all, I think.
Yeah, you can get some posts, they just go absolutely skyrocket, and you're like, why?
Why did that do that? Yep.
Yeah, and then you've got things that it's like, oh, this is a good one, and it's like, wow, bombed.
You thought it was a good piece, and nothing happens. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
So
So
Senior's joined us.
you've really got to try and find the right time to put the right picture up. And sometimes you just can't do it. I mean, how some people can post 2 and 3 times a day is beyond me.
Yeah. Because they got nothing better to do, Chris. That's what it is.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing, I suppose. Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't just put stuff out there for out their sake. What is the point? But it's all to be happy with the person who's doing it. That's where it sits, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, we all do it for our own reasons. I do this even more now because I can't bloody hear properly.
Right. Mark wants to know if you're going to the AGM, Chris.
No.
That's
to be quite honest, no. as you have already told, I said I have an acute hearing problem. And if I'm having a one-to-one conversation, it's absolutely fine. But if there's 2 or 3 people trying to talk, it's like 2 or 3 cars trying to get in the same garage.
Yeah.
It just gets all mumbled up. I get embarrassed by it because I can't understand what people are trying to say to me because of the other people talking. So I don't like putting myself in that kind of a situation. It's difficult. So that's the reason, Mark. I'm very sorry. It would have been good to meet you. I am going to Newark.
Oh, well, we'll see you there.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to Newark. But it's not quite as in your face, I'm hoping.
No, you demonstrating there, or are you just going as a punter? You know, as a.
I'm just going there for a punter.
Oh, that's okay. You can buy us all the drinking. That's cool.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll get you. I'll get you
it cost me it cost me the other day because I mean we saw you on 360 doing the demonstration, so you know you got to have a payback.
Oh, right, yeah.
Well, yeah, anybody's not in the 360 club, you missed Chris's demo the other day, so get yourself joined.
The tall vase, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice little vase that.
Was
nice,
good demo.
easily done.
I think you answered Alan Gibbs' question. He said, when do you class yourself as a turner and then a professional? I think we answered that already, actually.
Yeah.
We did.
It's one of them. It's how people perceive it. If I'm paying my mortgage with it, which I do, I'm his professional.
That's it. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, obviously they can't have the quality of work can't be shoddy. And it's the practices that you've got to patch over as well.
And I think as a professional, when you sell your work, you shouldn't be selling it for £10 down a boot sale. You know what I mean?
No,
I don't think so.
It's a professional job. It's certainly, like you say, it's earning your mortgage or whatever you live in. So it should be represented prices.
The prices of things is a very hot topic as well, because everybody has their own boat to float. It's a guy who's retired and he's only wanting to get the money back for his wood. Then good for him.
Yeah.
I couldn't go and compete at the same sale that he can.
No.
Because I need more than £10 for a piece of wood,
Yeah.
But I fully understand where he's coming from. Hey, like I said, everybody's got their own boat to float. So certainly not knock anybody.
But between a hobby turner who's doing that and a professional, somebody should be able to see the difference in quality of the finish.
Well, I do know a few hobbyists who would more than qualify as a professional.
Right.
And they're extremely good turners.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, indeed. There's lots of it, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's a hard call. I wouldn't like to be put in the position, for blind testing. If sometimes being honest is the wrong thing to be.
Oh.
Yeah, but I mean, if you get 10 items in front of you, and you don't know whose they are, you've got to judge it at what you feel. I mean, you can't just say by the look of that, I think Terry turned that, or I think Brian turned that, or I think Nick Agar turned that. If they all look, if you all look the same, you think, well, wow, who did?
Yeah.
You just got to be honest. I mean,
Yeah,
Paul Cavanagh's just joined us. Paul Cavanagh's been cleaning his workshop for 8 months now, so just come in.
Who's that?
Paul
Cavanagh.
Lives in Northern Ireland. I think he's Northern Ireland.
Yep, he's not.
Cleaned his workshop for 8 months now.
He's not too far away from me.
And he's just found his lathe.
He said it's from the tidy shed, but tidy to him is yours is pristine and brand new there, Chris, compared to his.
I don't know.
It is tidy.
This was white.
Yeah.
And because of using the colours and what it was multicoloured.
Yeah, everywhere.
So I thought, right, if I make it black, the only colour you can see is white. So all the other colours get absorbed by the black. So I have to give it a touching up every now and again, but it's wearing well.
What kind of lathe is that you're sitting at?
It's a Jet.
It's a Jet. Is it?
Yeah. It's a Jet 2442. But I can get.
That's a nice turn then, 24.
Oh yeah.
24 over the bed. Yeah,
2 foot over the bed. Yeah.
Wow, that's a big lathe.
Yeah, I got this. It was from Axminster, and it was on eBay. I think it would have been 2019. I think it was. I might be wrong on that date, but it's an X demonstration from down in Devon.
Yep.
It was on eBay for £2,999. I put a bid in for £3,000 and got it.
Oh,
There wasn't another bid.
Wow.
And I think these retail now about £7,000.
I was going to say they're not cheap, are they?
Yeah, 6.5, £7,000 the retail at. So I couldn't believe that nobody else bidded on it. Couldn't believe it. Well,
I suppose it's at the time money, isn't it? If they've got it, if they end
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It was I seen it and I thought, I'm having that.
Axminster do that quite often. They have that little outlet shop on eBay, don't they?
Yeah.
Susie the Swiss Woodturner has got a question. She says, Chris, do you make more money selling your turned items or from teaching and doing classes? Obviously, classes, I think, is you make demonstrations, maybe.
It's another stream of income. Not one of them would be sufficient to pay the bills.
No.
When you get all of them, it's very rare all three will come in, like selling goods and the tuition and demonstrations. So I can live on 1 and 2, and when the 3 come in, that's like champagne.
Going on all day, then.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yep.
But with what's going on at the minute, with the crisis for the inflation and all the rest of it,
Cost of living crisis.
yeah, the buying of things has really tailed off, getting very, very difficult. Because at the end of the day, people don't want to spend 150 quid on a ball to put it on.
Yeah.
They want to fill the freezer up for 150 quid.
Yeah.
But on the same token, we've got what I term the grey pound, so the people who've retired, who the cost of living is not affecting as much. They've already got the money, and I've had quite a lot of tuition.
Right.
So that's been good. The demonstrations are coming back through again. I was down in Stoke on Monday. I'm away to Doncaster next week or the week after, I think, and then off into Scotland. So I definitely would say all of them together make a decent living, but seldom do they come together all at the same time. Well,
but it's never a 9 to 5 job, is it? It's a full time, every day of the week, evenings, phone calls, evening demos. It's all.
I've been self-employed a long time in my adult life, probably 30 years now, I think. So I've always run my own band, so that bit's not too bad. But like you say, it's a 24/7 sometimes, because you've got to take it when the sun's shining, because you never know when it's going to bloody rain.
True.
This is very true.
Hodgepodge Woodworks has joined us, and so is Mick Hughes has joined us.
And Mick.
Hello, both.
We've got 85 people watching, Steve.
Wow, thank you, everybody.
And you started 25 minutes ago.
I'll be 25 minutes doing this.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
If you will be if you're doing the whole bowl.
Those who just joined us don't know we got Chris Parker, the Bowl Woodturner, as special guest tonight, answering any questions you may have.
Saying that, I was waving then. They can't.
They can't see us, Steve. We can wave to each other, but they can't see us. Not to Steve.
No point you waving, Chris, unless you want to wave to me. But
exactly, yeah. That's what I realised then. It's cool. It's an odd. I've never ever used this Skype in my life.
It's a bit disconcerting because you think everybody can see us, but they can't. They can only see Steve. They can only see Steve messing up a bowl with a trap.
yeah. So that's Chris's
Link.
Facebook link.
Hey?
And
Susie's got another question. She says, Chris, the items which you turn and sell, do you turn what you like and then sell them afterwards, or do you turn mostly what people order specifically from you?
I make. Right, well, 1 second. Let me just grab a piece.
You grab a piece and then put it for ready, and then when Steve's got a break, he'll put you on screen.
Yeah. I can. Where's that gone? I've lost it now.
And that's Chris's actual website. If you want to go and have a look at that, guys, there's some beautiful stuff on his website and on Instagram, which I'll show you in a second.
Yeah, so the stuff that I sell for the prices that I want, yes, that is very much what I enjoy making.
Yeah.
And I make some lamp bases for a few companies, so they pay the bills.
Obviously,
You know,
you get the people in say, I want 100 of these, or 50 of those, or 200 of those, and that's your bread and butter manufacturing bit.
I mean, I think I had 40 lamp bases in Sapele, and if any of you turn Sapele, you know it's
horrible.
Horrible, yeah.
So I was so glad. I mean, the money was nice, but I was bloody glad when I finished them with the dust on.
I'll bet you were.
Yeah, not nice at all. But
Alex of Wooden Things is asking you, whereabouts in Scotland are you coming to or going to? So you obviously demonstrating up there, are you?
Yeah, Galloway.
Alex.
Galloway, Woodturner.
Galloway, if you're there.
I think Alex of Wooden Things is a bit further north.
Is he right?
I think
colder
so.
Then. Somewhere colder, further north.
Oh yeah, colder and windier. Yeah.
Harvey Klein's join us.
Good evening, Harvey.
Yeah. So there's Chris's website and Chris's Instagram page and his Facebook page. So if you want to go over and have a look at that, everybody, see just what he's up to.
There's lots of lovely stuff. There was that page.
Well, we got a slight break in questioning. What are you up to, Steve? Making a lot of dust there.
I'm texturing this bowl. I'm living the dream. That's what I'm doing.
Living the dream. That's it. A real sort of yellow colour timber.
It's still a bit wet, this wood, I think.
That is.
Where did I see that?
And Alex says he's up in Aberdeen.
That's correct. Yeah.
Kev says he's looking on the website. He can't find a gallery.
You can't find what?
The gallery. Pictures of your work on your website.
Is it not there? I have been doing some work at it the last few days.
Peter Kelly thinks that might be mulberry, Steve.
Who?
Peter Kelly.
Smells
mulberry.
Old and horrible. That's not very nice.
No, it's not on at the minute.
The gallery's not there.
No, the gallery's not on at the minute.
Kevin
That's
9K
one of the
wants to know.
things that I'm filling up with new pieces.
Yeah.
So it's actually offline at the minute, but I think you put a link to the Instagram, didn't you, Brian?
I did. The Instagram link is in there.
Instagram's in there, yeah.
There's loads of pictures.
See the pictures on Instagram.
Instagram, yeah. Loads.
Kevin 9K Steve wants to know what bit you're using in that Dremel.
It's this bit. What camera are we on? That bit.
But let's see.
That's all.
Hang on, I'll put it on this camera here because that.
Cut saw bit, yeah.
The cut saw bit, yeah.
They're about 16 quid, isn't they? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Gets a rotary, whatever.
14
Andy
pounds.
from AJ Kid Woodworks is in. Simon, Fine Coast Woodworking says, Chris, do you source and process your own wood locally or buy it ready, done, depending on projects?
I source my own wood. I have a very good friend in Scotland, and I pay him a visit probably 2-3 times a year if I can, and fill my collar with a size of wood that we have agreed is like a tombstone.
All right, okay.
It's about 3 foot tall by 2 foot wide by anything up to like 7 or 8 inches thick. And then I can get whatever I need. I have a really good sized bandsaw myself, so I can then break that down further. So that's what I could not afford to buy ready-made blanks.
No,
Yeah,
that'll put the
very
question
expensive,
right.
right?
Yeah.
Christina Michael Asatine's just popped in. Say hello. Hello, Christina Michael.
Hi, Christine and Michael.
How are you both?
What sort of bandsaw you got then, Chris?
It's an Axminster Pro series with I got 12 inch cut on it.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Well, I cut the chainsaw on a petrol one so I can break it down further and then run it through the bandsaw. I mean, the thing about the size, not everybody can afford to put a 20-inch dish on a plate, on the table.
On a table, no.
Because you need a big table to show off a 20-inch platter.
You do. You need a big house for a start.
Yeah, exactly.
Table in.
And then when you're talking to that, you're needing the price to go along with a 20-inch platter. It's a lot of money. I must admit, I've sold more pieces between 8 and 14 inches than between 14 and 20 inches.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Well, I hope that answers your question.
Yes.
House sizes are getting smaller, unfortunately.
What's getting smaller?
House sizes.
House sizes,
Yes.
which restricts the size of pieces you can sell, unless you have a market in the sort of upper classes. We still have big houses.
Like Brian, you know. Grandma Ruth wants to know, does that dust coming off there get down your throat, Steve?
Say again.
Again, Grandma Ruth wants to know, does that stuff coming off there, the dust, get down your throat?
No, I'm not breathing.
Oh, that's all right then. Just check. She's just keeping your safety in mind.
I know she is.
It looks like it's doing it pretty good. It looks pretty soft.
Yeah, it's not very hard. Most of the dust is going that way and dropping to the floor.
Not as soft as a bit of wood I turned yesterday.
Yeah, that was just rubbish. But your feet sold you that. That's what it was. It probably gave you it for free. Horrible stuff.
What are you using to texture, Steve? Is it a Dremel 40 Flex or?
It's just a Dremel. This Dremel I bought about 22 years ago. So anybody says Dremel don't last?
They do.
It's one of the first Dremel multi-tools, this is.
Yeah. Alan Gibbs got a question for you, Chris. He says, what's your favourite wood to turn, and also what are your best finishes? Your favourite finishes?
What do I like the best?
Wood.
Which wood do you like first?
What
Let's deal with the wood
like
first.
I suppose it's gonna have to be you. Texas Picarta. It is a very nice wood, but although it's technically a softwood, it's very, very hard.
Yep.
And you can get just some of the colours that are out of this world. But what the lad who was in today, he had a piece on there, and it had obviously had a piece of metal in it at some point in its life. And when we got inside it, it was the one going purple was right on the border between the sap and the heartwood. So it was like a bloody sunset. It was unbelievable.
Oh, super.
Yeah, it was just so nice. You just definitely you. Yeah. What was the other part of the question? The finish?
And what sort of what finishes do you like to use? Do you know what's your best finishes?
I think it depends on the piece.
Yep.
So I I mean, I know you two guys can see, but that's a nice piece of coloured sycamore. And on that, there's just a soft wax finish on that.
Mm.
But I have made a piece of oak burr in the centre, so I turned it into a crater, if you will, like a molten crater, and that is polished red with a gleaming shine to it.
Super.
Which is exactly how I wanted the piece to be. So I think my choice of finish is on how I want the piece to resemble.
Right.
So I think that answers the question. I hope. Yeah.
So you determine your finish basically on what you're turning and what wood it is, and how you want it to end.
Not so much on the wood, more on what I want from the wood.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Is that what? So it's like I like adding a lot of texture to pieces.
Yeah.
Well, once I lost my hearing, I mean, I've only got like 25% of my hearing left, and now I can. When I'm turning, I can't hear things. But I can feel the feedback through the tools.
Oh yeah.
So when I add the texture to pieces, I like being able to feel the texture. And adding textures on top of one another completely changes how it feels, and also the visual impact.
Right.
You do lots of colour as well.
I do a fair bit, yeah.
Yeah. Lots of lovely pieces on Instagram with colour on them.
Yeah. Oh, they're nice, and there's got to be how it's applied as well. I have another one.
Christine and Michael's asking you, Steve, while Chris is gone, how deep are you going with the Dremel bit?
Not very deep. Maybe 3 or 4 mil.
Okay. Ben Jamin's just joined us. Well done, Ben.
Well, you two guys can see that there.
Yeah,
We'll
get
Steve to show us it.
Put you on it when he's got a break.
Yeah.
Just hold on to that a minute. You've got some lovely oxidization pieces too.
Yeah.
Some of them are absolutely stunning.
Have you guys ever heard of an online magazine called Wow?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope.
So
I'm looking at the pictures now.
Yeah, some of them. That one, when you show later on, you can't quite, but that was one of them on there.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So I'm using all the different oxides in there and the crackle effect and all the rest of it. But it's a good site. There's some fantastic turners on there, some great ideas, and they really do share everything. They're really good.
Mm-hmm.
Grandpa Jim's just joined us. Hello, Jim. Stephen's doing well. Look, he's destroying that piece of timber. Excellent.
Yes.
That'll do, John. That'll do.
Kev at K9 wanted to know if you're going to print those carving jigs on your printer.
If he is, tell him to send them to me.
Yeah.
You use Proxon a lot, Chris?
No, an Arbitec.
Arbitec,
Yeah. That one.
Oh, aye, the big one, yeah.
Yeah.
That's correct.
They are. They're a cracking piece of kit.
Yeah, Susie's asked the question. In a minute, Susie, Steve will take a break, and then Chris can show you some of the pieces.
Let me just get rid of all this
to his table. He's just having a bit of a break there, just hoovering up and do his carving jig, and then we can Chris on full screen. Back on the lathe now, Steve, to turn it off, or what?
Yeah, I don't like it. I'm going to turn it all off now.
Somebody said that. Wonder who's going to do that.
Cheeky gits.
Archie, Steve's holding the Simon Hope carving jig. That was That's what he was. That's what he was carving out the thing with.
Right.
Same with a carving jig.
Let's bring.
Right, Chris, you're going on full screen now.
Okay.
Just give us a
All right,
second.
guys.
Hang on, you see that? You see that?
Hang on. Hang on a second.
hang
Hang
on,
on a
hang
second. Hang on a second. Calm down.
Calm. We're all calm.
There you go.
There he is.
Oh wow, there we go.
YouTube is at your mercy,
Oh my
Christopher.
goodness. So I will just show you a few pieces that I enjoy turning, not just them. That was a piece of very, very heavily spalted beech. It was just beyond turning. So what I did with it, I textured it. That's very heavily textured, and I've used different textures and the zone lines within the piece to give us like a, what do I call it, meadow at dusk. And it was just something I enjoyed doing and really enjoyed it. As you can see, with the purple at the top coming down into the blue, and then the light blue, green, yellow, with all the different textured cutters. So that's something I really enjoy doing, the texture of the pieces.
And what colours are you using on that, Chris?
On this one,
Yeah, what colours did you use? What make of colours?
Spirit stains.
Chestnut spirit.
Chestnut, right.
Okay.
Yeah, the translucent, as most stains are. So as you can still see the zone lines of the spalting.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I use them. This was one of my first pieces I did. That's a natural edge piece of ash burr that you really don't get a lot of. Oh, and that again, that's been airbrushed with the darker at the top.
Lovely.
Nice inclusions all the way through. They went.
Very nice.
Some
I like
lovely.
that. That's a beautiful piece.
What's that finished in, Chris? Is that lacquered or is that just polished up?
That's lacquered.
Yeah, it's nice.
How many coats do you think?
There's about 6, I think, 6 and 9. Could be 9 actually.
It's a deep shine, and it's
usual
lovely.
way. Not bad at all, is it?
Nice deep shine.
And I'll keep that for myself. Now, this is one of my latest ones I've been working on. So in between the tuition and what have you. It's a piece of burl from Australia. Oh, you can see in there where I've added the bronze powder.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all over it.
That must have took hours.
It's a fantastic piece.
Yeah, it's lovely.
It's I've never worked anything apart from Sapele, which is as dusty as this is, but it's such a fabulous finish. I did a little show for Eddie Castellan's group on WoW as well, not on WoW, on Facebook. Just when you apply a little bit of oil to that, it just goes boom. It's an unbelievable piece. And what really got me into turning was natural pieces like that. That's a piece of coloured sycamore. You can just see in there, we've got the lines in there that gives you that fantastic chatoyance, but that light's overpowering it a little bit.
Is that the one you got a YouTube video of, Chris?
It could be, I'm not sure. I'd have to have a look.
There was a sycamore bowler I was watching the other night on your channel.
Right.
So whether that's
Was that my son or was that me?
That was about a year ago. It didn't look like you. It didn't look like you.
It's probably the lad, yeah. So, and you know, like I always say to people, try and get that shape.
Right.
A nice flowing shape under there. Well, when I've utilised the tenon there, put a nice foot on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it all goes well together.
Very nice.
There's some of my favourite pieces.
Roger Kent's just joined us, and so has.
All done, Chris? Yep.
So has.
Okay.
Good man.
Who was I going to say?
Thank you for that, Chris.
Stephen.
Some really nice
the
pieces.
Wood Dude. Stephen the Wood Dude's joined. He says, "Good evening, Chris."
All right, Steve, you okay?
Right, let's go back on here
The
then.
last Steve down at the NEC, I think it was.
Yeah.
Right, so let's focus that in. Right, so now we've got to seal this and colour it. Put a base colour on it.
So
So
you staining it, Stephen, are you?
I'm going to paint it black, and I'm going to put some dry brushing over the top of it, just to give it, just to highlight the high spots, really. So I'm going to spray it with some cellulose sand and sealer to start with.
It looks almost like an omelette, Steve.
An omelette.
Scrambled egg.
Scrambled egg.
Smells piney. The wood smells really piney.
Is it?
Mm.
Mark S has just joined us. You know, Mark.
Oh, Mark.
Right, Mark.
Welcome along, buddy.
So a couple of coats of this, just to seal this.
Susie the Swiss word turner wants to know, how do you get the copper dust to stay in the holes of the burr? Is it super glue?
Yeah.
It certainly is.
It's super glue, Susie.
But what you want to do before you start with what Steve's using now, some sealer, give it a bit of a seal, because the super glue, and especially because we'll use a very low viscosity one, it can stain the wood.
Mm-hmm.
So coat it with a bit of sealer first, it doesn't penetrate. And then when you've done, you can just take it away.
Sand it back off again.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to have to sand it back to take your shavings back anyway, aren't you? So
Yeah. So you just build it up layer by layer, depending on how deep your fixtures are. Don't try and do it all in one go.
Yeah, it won't work. The super glue won't sink through the powder.
Exactly.
You'll just get a skin on the top, and then it will break out eventually. What does Susie want? What's the link?
World.
Sorry?
Susie's asking a question.
Or is the demo on YouTube?
Yeah.
Uh,
We're turning Zoom. Is going to.
Oh,
Martin's going to get it for her.
oh, right, that's okay. Okay. Martin will find it quicker than I will.
Yeah, well, he's done much else.
give it another quick coat. Make sure I seal the wall.
Like Stephen says, the wood dudes is 90% of all his turners are coffee grains and super glue.
Yeah.
Actually, I wonder if you could just like fill up a coffee jar with super glue and coffee grains, and then smash a jar and then turn it.
Turn that instead, yeah.
Yeah. Coffee cup.
Right, so finally dry this. That's the first time.
Paul Cabin has just said, Steve, I've just stepped out for a minute. Has anyone told Steve he needs to practice a finishing cut? the tool marks on that bowl are mad.
Tool control, that is. That's awesome tool control, isn't it? What?
Awesome.
Getting a thing like that. That's the first time I've used that bit. It's not a bad bit, actually. Obviously, you need to spend a bit more time doing it. But
which area do you live in, Chris? Of England or Scotland or
Lancashire?
Lancashire.
Lancashire. The right side of the Pennine.
Yeah.
So Martin, who you're talking to there, good friend with Martin.
He lives just not far from me, actually.
Yeah.
And Steve lives not far from me either. Hey, Steve.
What?
Steve doesn't live far from me either.
I thought it was down south.
no, Norfolk.
No, Norfolk.
Oh, it's a damn sight further than me. I've only been down Norfolk once, and that was a long time ago. I didn't really like it.
You're lucky they let you out, mate.
It was,
All right, so I'm going to coat this with black ebonizing lacquer.
Kev's got a question, which I missed actually, Chris. Chat was going by so quick. Was that you doing the copper with Captain Eddie?
It was, yeah, on the piece, yeah.
I missed that, Kev. The chat was going by so quick. It's difficult to catch every one of them.
Yeah, I did it on Captain Eddie's Zoom meeting last Wednesday, I think it was.
Very good.
Right. I've just found the chat there.
All right. Very good.
Yeah.
Got the chat now. Good.
I couldn't find my bloody mobile before, and I managed to find my mobile. Look, I can see it scrolling through.
Yeah, but earlier it was just flying by. We had a job to even stop it, you know.
Yeah.
Which is good because some of the comments are just between each other.
We have got 93 people watching.
Wow, thank you.
Good.
Welcome everybody. Don't forget, get those questions in for Chris.
Yeah, because they haven't come to see you, Steve. They come to see.
Oh, they don't want to see me. It's not about me. It's about Chris. Special guest Earworm.
Indeed.
Bloody hell, I don't know about that.
Well, you have made a success of it, Chris. There's a lot of people who don't.
Well,
True.
Of wood turning, you know.
It's a hard
I know you-
profession.
You say
Very
you've got
hard
to do a lot
profession.
of different things. You know, you got to do selling the stuff. You got to do teaching. You got to do IRDs. You got to go around the country demonstrating. But
Yeah.
at least you're making a success of it, which is a good success story. You know.
it's even better because I enjoy it.
And that's the
That's-
other thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
that's
I don't even look at it as work.
No.
If I'm out there, I'm doing when I wake up, I'm not bothered about coming in the workshop. Love it. I can't get in there enough. And it's really good. It's not a bad thing when I'm teaching, but it's very tiring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much energy that you're trying to get across. And I want to try and make people feel as comfortable. And it's just really enjoyable to be able to do it. I'm so lucky. It's really good.
Is it nice to have somebody that hasn't got a clue, never seen a lathe, blah, blah? Or is it better to have somebody who's been turning a little while and got all the bad habits to iron out?
I suppose it's easier to teach a new canvas than what it is to try and tell somebody, not that they're doing it wrong, but that it can be done better.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Or it can be done easier. Sometimes some people don't want to be told. And I'm like, but that's what it is. Well, yeah,
they pay you not to be told.
Yeah. And it's, I would definitely say that a new canvas is definitely easier.
Yeah.
Does, yeah.
Than trying to knock out the bad habits of some other people. One of the biggest thing people can't get their head around is when you create a wave on the piece, when you get bevel bounce.
Yeah.
Yep.
They don't understand what it is. And basically, they're just pushing the tool too hard on the wood.
Yep.
But
Too much pressure.
Yeah, but what am I supposed? I said, well, you've got it, and it's difficult to explain. You've got to float it on the wood. You've got to put it on the wood, but not force it on the wood. So it's a difficult one, but that's one of the biggest things. People try and come in and get repaired, if you will.
Yeah.
Why is this happening? So that is quite difficult. I mean,
It's got the Arteza colours, same as I had.
Oh,
Steve.
I know.
Well done. Well done.
The
Now, this is how to use it properly, people.
wood dude is the wood dude's turning a coffee jar tomorrow. He says, "I may use some super glue."
I look very white, don't I?
I had two friends of ours turned up today from where we used to live, and her husband never seen a lathe. Well, he's seen a lathe before, but he never ever turned on a lathe before. And while his wife was having a chat with Ruth, I said, "Come out in the workshop and show you." And put a piece of pine on there, and I went through the basics of what the roughing gauge was and the spindle gauge and all the rest of it. You know. and a skew chisel. He ended up turning a bead with a skew chisel perfectly. He went back into the house. So we'll go in now. After this is about 20 minutes half hour. He went back in and he said to his wife, "I'm buying a wood lathe. I'm joining Plymouth Woodturners." Simple as that. She said, "Okay, dear. I'm buying a wood lathe." It's lovely.
Simon thinks you've turned an avocado, Steve.
A what? Avocado.
An avocado.
Right, so I want a nice big brush.
Kenny has a look at it. And Rob from Klingspor says he agrees with you, Chris. And he loves helping people to get results they want. And that's never changed after 30 years. Yeah, it's fabulous helping people and teaching somebody something new or refining something that they've been doing incorrectly for years. It's amazing.
It's good.
It is.
Who was that? Klingspor Abrasives.
That's Rob from Klingspor Abrasives.
Oh, right.
And Stephen, the wood dude, says, "I did my first demo at a club the other day, and now I need Terry to take me on holiday with him." Well done, Steve.
Right.
Holidays, I'm away soon.
Yeah, demonstrate is not for everybody.
Right, so dry brushing.
Neither is
I don't
teaching.
mind doing it.
So dry brushing, we're going to put paint on it, and then we're going to take nearly all the paint off of it. And we're just going to gently brush it over. We just want a slight hint of colour.
Just wanted to touch on the tops. Yeah. Norman Greenwell is in. Hello, Norman.
We've broke the 100 mark.
Sorry?
There are 100 people watching currently and 56 thumbs up.
Oh, wow. Thank you, everybody.
And it's 8:45.
Not that we're counting.
No.
File course Woodturning. Who's that? They're just down the road from me.
Simon. That is Simon.
Oh, right, okay.
Simon saying, do the inside lime green, Steve. Just like
Avocado.
an avocado, yeah. Well, actually, you could do the inside, but keep the pip in. Turn the pip as well.
Susie agrees. Green would look great.
I'm going to put 3 colours on the outside.
Alan Gibbs wonders, Chris, have you come across any type of wood that has beat you or been a disaster and you were not attempted again?
Well, that piece that I showed earlier on, I was just showing the guys in the chat.
One, yeah.
Yeah, that spotting, that was beating me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just tried to turn, and if you'll see the back, there's much more white than there is brown. So it was really a piece of wood that was on its way out. So I didn't allow it to beat me. I changed tactics on it. And I thought, right, it's nice and soft, so I'm going to texture it everywhere and colour it. And I think I had a piece of that I had to give up on to safety reasons. It was a piece of, let me just get it, what the hell was it? It was a piece of Paduke, I think it was. It's an absolutely beautiful timber. But this person, they'd had it for years, and they asked me, could I turn it? And I initially looked at it, I said, yes, I'll let you know once I get inside, because you never know. And it was so badly cracked inside, I had to turn it down. I didn't want to put it on the lathe, and it split apart.
Yeah.
So that was a piece I had to give up on.
That's more dangerous than anything, isn't it?
Yeah. As soon as you put any kind of pressure on that, or any force with the centrifugal, it just turns into a flying bomb.
Spirit and Bears just joined us.
Good evening. Kez, Phil.
Yeah, Kez and Philip.
God, I don't think much of this eyeliner. Clean my brush out.
Simon says, "What's Steve brushing with?" Question mark in iridescence. It's the what's it called? Artez colors. Arteza iridescent paints.
acrylic iridescence, these are.
Acrylic iridescence, that's it.
So I'm going to go lime. Shocking lime green, the next colour. Give it a shake first, helps.
When it gets the top off.
Yeah.
Give it a shake. Give it a shake. Gosh. Maybe we won't use lime green.
Is it that bad, is it?
I got it. No, it's not that bad. I couldn't get the lid off.
Probably find it's dried out after that.
Hope not. They're brand new.
Always goes wrong on these live, Steve, doesn't it?
Oh, don't go wrong, mate. It's just a change of plan.
Yeah, yes, it's a design opportunity.
Exactly. I was watching.
There's no such thing as tear out. It's just texturing.
I was watching a YouTube video the other night about a guy using these colours, and I don't really think he knew how to use them. So I thought I'd get some and have a go.
True. It was me.
Oh, I wonder who that was. Was that you, Terry?
The first time I've used iridescent paints, and I thought, well, I don't normally paint anything, but not on timber anyway.
Oh, Richard Feelings,
Richard Feelings just joined us.
Oh,
Blimey. Hello, Richard.
He's just in from the shop. His woodturning shop, I take it he means.
Yeah.
Unless he's been out to buy a pint of milk, of course.
Or milk the cow. No,
You're not supposed to paint yourself, Steve.
I'm using it to get rid of the paint off the brush. That's quite a nice colour, that, actually.
Oh, everybody sent me this link now.
What link?
I'll have to find it. I'm not sure if it is me on that demo because it was me and my son under the name of the Bold Woodturners.
Right.
So that could be my son whose demo that people are looking at there and not mine.
Is he bald as well?
I think it is.
Fortunately, he's got the same gene, yes.
All right, okay, yeah.
I'm sure he thanks you for it and all, Chris.
Oh, yes, definitely.
I've got the link. I'll put it in now. Just in a
I
second.
got that gene as well, I think, Chris.
Yeah, I think I was 20. I was 22, I think, when I had my last haircut. Oh.
Look how much you saved. You saved him a fortune.
Yeah.
Obviously, that wasn't yesterday.
Steve,
Yeah.
Susie would like you to show her the Dremel bit again.
Okay, Dremel.
Close. Or what is it called, so she could look it up and get it.
This is the bit. They do several different sizes. This is the case. It's got like
It's a half inch. Yeah.
Okay, guys. So this is the link to the
it's an 8 shaft fine. It says.
YouTube video
Yeah.
that people have been talking about.
It's the fine one, Susie. Right, we've got the YouTube link in there now. So that's it.
There it goes.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, this is me, yeah.
Oh, it is you, yeah.
Yeah, because there's the piece, guys.
He's got the piece in his hand, yeah.
All right, so this is this one is Playful Pink. Playful Pink.
Playful Pink.
Look white, doesn't it?
Well, I introduced that to Reef. Playful Pink.
Lucy's away learning to knit.
Yeah, Ruth's been doing maybe a
You should go and see. You should go and see Ruth. She'll have you, Lucy.
That don't look like pink to me. That don't look pink. Look, it's got a little tinge to it, but not a great deal.
Simon's asking, Chris, is your son also a pro Woodturner, or is he a hobbyist?
No, just a hobbyist.
Right.
So Stephen the Wood Dude has just said, I'm selling pre-loved hair with glue. Just email me for a full head of hair. Yeah, very good, Stephen.
Does it come with instructions?
Stick on top.
So just get the water out.
What's pre-loved pink like then, Steve?
It's good. It's not a bad paint, actually.
Ward Wilson wants to know, is that a demo for the worldwide Woodturner? The link.
Oh, for the one at the end of the month.
I know.
Is that what you're talking about there?
Or is that the one that Brian put the link in for?
No.
No, it's on Chris's YouTube channel.
No, that link that Brian put in there, that was a little demo I did for Captain Eddie's Zoom group.
All right.
I did that live on their platform. Now, Ward Wilson is asking, is that the demo for the Worldwide Woodturners? So, is he on about the Worldwide Woodturner Symposium at the end of the month? Is that what he's talking about?
It must be, I think.
Maybe.
I assume so.
Right, the answer to that is no, that's not the demo I'm doing.
What is the demo you're doing? If it's not a secret.
Maybe a secret.
If you give me 1 minute, I'll go and get a piece.
Good man.
I'll tell you what, that's awkward to get off your hands.
Well, you shouldn't have painted yourself with it. I mean,
but
Yeah, I found that, Steve.
I like the colour. I thought that could bring out my eyes.
yeah, it would I hear.
Put it on your eyes then, not your
I'm starting to worry about you, Steve.
Too late to worry, mate. I'm already gone.
Why has my chat disappeared from YouTube?
Don't know.
Right.
It's operator error because mine's still there.
So they're the colours I'm going to use. So it's Playful Pink, Shocking Green, and
Was that for the inside or more on the
red.
outside?
Fiery Red. Hey, what you on?
Is that for the inside, is it?
Oh, they're the colours I just put on.
All right, yeah.
So I'm just going to draw it a little bit.
For the guys.
Hodgepodge Woodworks said, Chris, that Worldwide Woodturners is Captain Eddie's group.
Oh, right. Sorry. Right.
Yeah. Not the symposium that you were going to do.
I'll take this piece away then.
No, you can keep that piece.
No, leave that piece there. We'll show people that too.
Yeah,
Okay.
Maybe get some more subscribers into that.
When's that on, Chris?
Just let me just go into my calendar.
What's the name of the event?
It is
Worldwide Woodturners Symposium.
Symposium, yeah. Where the hell is it? Right, so it starts on Friday the 25th. No, 24th. Friday the 24th of February. And it's on 25th, 26th, and 27th.
Yeah.
Sunday the 26th. So that's going to be Saturday the.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
That's 2020.
Is that the one Stuart Farini's doing as well?
2022.
Yeah, that's Woodturners Worldwide.
Yeah, it's Friday the 24th, Saturday the 25th, and Sunday the 26th. I'm not sure about Stuart's on it. I don't know, to be honest.
Stuart's doing, he's doing the AAW, isn't he?
Oh, that's right. AAW he's doing.
So the symposium on the 24th, I think there's over 30 demonstrators, I think, Matt's got this time.
Wow.
Right.
Event. Let's have a look at the event.
Right, so I'm just going to put a bit of acrylic gloss lacquer over the top of this.
Have you got it there, Brian?
I'm looking for it here. I can't actually find the symposium. Oh, there it is. No, it's the third.
IJ Leach has joined us. He said he or she said, missed the black base for the bowl. Was that ebonising fluid, Steve?
Yes, it was. It was. Chestnuts ebonising lacquer. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to put a couple of light coats of acrylic high gloss lacquer over it. So hopefully what it's going to do is it's going to highlight the tips of the texturing just to make them a little bit more shiny.
Right. If you go to Instagram, Brian, yeah, and you type in Woodturners with a dash at the bottom, worldwide. Once you find them on Instagram, go to the bio, and the link is directly there.
I found it. Glenn Lucas, Mike Mahoney, Richard Finlay, Kirk DeHere, Brandon Cole, Carl Hansen, Scott Hampton, Carl Jacobson. Just, oh God, there's loads. Everybody who is anybody is in it. Wow. Now, let's see, can I get that link to go in?
So there's Andrew Hall on there, there's myself, there's Jeff Hornung from America.
Jeff is right, yeah. Andrew Hall, Jeff Hornum, Jason Geyser, Paul Russell, Cheryl Lewis, Gary DeHere, Steve Worcester. Gary DeHere? Oh, Fred said him twice. That's twice. Oh, look, Chris Parker. Texture and colour form. Todd Rains.
Oh, it's Todd.
Todd's on doing a demo on the hook tool.
Okay.
That should be interesting. Now, I've got a link, but I don't know if it'll work on here or not. Paste.
We've got a revelation on here, Steve. Stephen the Wood Dude has said he's teaming up with a guy who has all the kit and just might be making some YouTube videos in the next week.
Ooh.
I'll step down
well done,
then, Stephen.
Looking forward
I'll
to
step
it.
down then, sir. You can have my
You
slot.
can do Monday lunchtime instead of me, Stephen, 1 o'clock, and I'll have a break.
Scott's just in the chat. Hi, Scott. He says, I'll be presenting how to create deep textured platter. There you go.
Scott.
What Scott's doing.
Well done, Scott.
Good.
Let me just click that link and see where it takes me. Yep, that's the correct link. If you want to go there, that's where you can go to buy tickets for it.
Okay.
And it has all the details in it.
Am I all right to mention something I've got on?
Yes, work away. Whatever you want, promote yourself, mate.
Your night.
A week tomorrow, it's a hands-on workshop in my workshop. There's 4 places in total. There's only 2 left. So it's basically 50 quid. And I'll be giving you 2 pre-made forms. And we'll be showing you how I use the Orbitech, the angle grinder, the Sorby texturing tool, the micromotor, all of them different textures. There's about 10 or 11 textures. And those little pieces you'll be able to take home with all of them as a point of reference.
Yeah.
So I've got all the kit. All you have to come along with is yourself and your money.
Right. Don't forget to bring the money.
You don't got to turn up, but just bring the money.
Yeah. Yeah, you can post the money, and if you forget to turn up, well, that doesn't matter either.
Yeah, it's 10 till 2 next Saturday, the 25th.
And how do they get hold of you to book the courses, Chris?
Sorry?
How do they get hold of you to book the course?
If they go to my website, it's chrisparkerwoodturner.com.
The link's in the chat earlier.
The link will be there. The link's in the chat, yeah.
Jump straight onto that page there, and that's where the booking is.
I'll put it in again for you.
Yeah. I also offer any guys over in the States, they want any wood turning tuition via Zoom. I can offer that on an hourly basis on whatever I make, any aspect that you want to know about it. I'll be quite happy to oblige.
What's the cost for a Zoom lesson, Chris?
For the hours, 25 quid an hour.
That's actually quite good. So there's Chris's website again, guys. If you're interested in going to that little thing he's having on next week,
the links will be on there.
Jump on the website and get it booked.
So Hampton Woodturn has just put, if you use the promo code Scott to receive £10 off the registration for the.
That's correct, yeah.
Or you can use Chris and get £10 off as well.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Can indeed,
You can
yeah.
use both of them and get 20 quid off.
Yeah, no, it's not like
You buy 2 tickets, yeah.
I'll give you a list of names, you get them all off.
Yeah. You're gonna have a lot of tickets, though.
Put enough on, you might get it for. They might pay you.
You can only get it for one. You can only get it using one, I think. Yeah, unlucky.
Right, so there is the colour and a bit of texture.
It's not bad, that. It's pretty good.
That's not bad, Steve. That's good for you.
Thanks,
Purple
Terry.
on it.
Thanks, Terry.
Haven't had a week off of working miles away.
I ain't touched the lathe since last Sunday when I did Sunday
That's
lunch
cool.
online.
Purple and gold look cracking together.
Always look good, don't they? Yeah.
The funny thing is, there ain't purple on there.
Well, there's definitely a purple
No, you
colour
got
there.
black, and then you put. And then
That
add
purple
into it.
is that pinky, whatever pink it was.
Is it? No, it went purple against the black.
Fresh pink.
or whatever
Yeah.
it was.
It definitely looks purple all day long.
Yeah,
It does look
because
purple. It
it
looks
black on it underneath. I think.
It looks white in the tub.
Right.
Right. So let's get this hogged out.
Camera to the hog out then. Let's have the tail stock.
You want that camera?
Benjamin says, are the wood turning lessons self-catered? Yeah, there's a McDonald's close by for you, Ben.
Yeah, just for you, Ben.
If you, for 4 hours, they are self-catered. If you come for a day, we'll get a proper hot meal thrown in. Not thrown at you, but thrown in.
Well, it depends how good you've been. It might be thrown at you.
And what it means by hot meal, Ben, is a piece of toast.
Yes.
It's hot. It's a meal.
You will
Cup of
you will
soup.
dine on the exact same cuisine that I would be dining on.
He has to, yeah.
Toast. Pop tarts.
Generally, maybe a chili or a curry, or I had 10 in today and we had enchiladas.
Lovely.
And did you have in 10?
No, Ken.
Oh, Ken, I thought you said you had 10 in, did I?
I wish I had 10 in.
Yeah, crumbs.
No, I had 10 in.
10 in, yeah.
Really good day, fantastic guy.
Did he go away happy?
He did. He went away with 2.5 bowls.
Oh, well.
Um,
And a lathe under his arm. Do the other half.
Well, why? Yeah, the other half because he's getting a lathe, but he didn't have a chuck.
Right.
So when we made the tenant is to get for the chuck he's going to buy, so he can then finish it at home.
Ward Wilson has the right idea. He says, if all of you would send me $10, I can go to these things.
Yeah.
Reward. That's what you get for living in the west coast of Arizona.
Yeah. Come on, Steve, push cut it away there.
Yeah, he loves it.
I want to make sure that chuck's tight.
Why, did you feel a bit of a wobble or something?
Oh, that didn't seem. That seemed a bit unusual.
Right.
Something different.
That feel better.
What are you using there then? 1/2 inch or 3/8?
Well, I'm using a
Half
3/8, but I'm thinking about going to a 1/2 inch, to be honest.
Yeah.
Big
Just
lump.
just to remove some of the material.
7 minutes past 9, just to let you know, in case you wanted to know the time.
Ow.
What gouge is on there, Stephen? Crown?
Simon Hope, yeah. So they are Crown, aren't they, Simon Hope?
Yeah, yeah. They're double-ended there, yeah?
Yeah.
Rob Kingsford's got to go. See you later, Rob.
Bye, Rob.
Story time for the grandchildren, he says. Get him to watch Steve Turner, that'll send him to sleep.
Yeah. They'll be asleep in 5 minutes, Rob. You have the rest of the night to yourself.
Lionel's in. Good evening, Lionel.
Hello, Lionel.
How are you?
Clear the camera, Steve. We've got a shaving on it.
Put some windscreen wipers on them.
Seems odd watching other people turn.
It does, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? Oh. Stephen says it's doom bar o'clock. Could be, Stephen. It's just that's. It's past the sun's definitely over the yard arm now.
Sip a little sip of red wine.
Any more
What's that,
questions for Chris?
Yeah.
Anybody?
They've got bored of me now.
They may have exhausted it all. You know.
I don't think so.
Let's move this around a bit so I can get some bits. Yeah. It's a funny colour bit of wood. Isn't it?
So do you still have the pieces that you submitted for your RPT, Chris?
Not with me, no. I don't think.
Scott Hampton Woodturner says
No.
he will be a regional demonstrator at the SWAT in Texas this year.
Oh, very good. Well done, Scott.
I won't be there. Scott, Texas.
No, neither will I. It's a little bit too far away for me.
And me. How far do you travel then, Chris?
As far as the money will take me.
You know, do you have a limit or, you know?
No. Distance is no object. As long as they pay, I'm not fussed. I demoed last year. I went down to, where did I go? Went down Bristol. Turned in Bristol on the Friday, and then on the Thursday. Then drove to Yandles on the Friday and did a whole day tuition down there.
Right.
And then drove back home on the Friday night. But I drove down to Oxford, demoed, and come back in the same day.
Yeah, it's a bit tiring.
It's a bit tiring. Well, it's one of them, isn't it? It's got to be done.
You see that comment from Stephen the Wood Dude?
Oh, at the bottom.
He gets a lot of inspiration from your turnings, Chris. Thanks, mate, he says.
Oh, thank you, Stephen. Nice. Thank you very much. We all inspire each other.
Mm-hmm. I keep stealing your pictures and putting them in my little message board. I'll put lots of, when I see something decent on Facebook or something,
I'll copy that in 3 weeks or 4 weeks.
Put it on my put it on my little message board and
oh, that's good.
Keeps inspiration flowing.
Yeah. It is. You've got to do it.
You do, right? As people say, there's not much new in woodturning.
Well, no, they've been making balls since the Mayhem times, you know, like 6,000 years ago, haven't they?
Exactly, yeah.
What's that, Ben? If you had to pick a woodturner, dead or alive, to share a Kit Kat with, who would it be?
He comes up with some strange stuff.
Well, would you give him your last Rolo? That's the other answer, isn't
it?
Nobody's getting the last Rolo.
No, they wouldn't have my last Rolo, but I wouldn't mind the Kit Kat. I'll break that in half.
Ruby Claire's joined us. Good evening,
Hello, Ruby.
Could I give the whole Kit Kat away and have 2 people?
You could, yeah. Of course you can.
I think an Irish guy called Emmett Kane.
Emmett Kane, yeah.
Emmett Kane, some of his work is another level. Absolutely brilliant turner. And some of the aspects of it just seem so off the wall. It's just unbelievable. And probably Nick Agar.
Yeah.
I like a lot of Nick's work, and I can really feel how he's done things, taken them things. It was like that when I did that one there that you guys can see there with all the extra cuts in it. So that was done with the Dremel.
Yep.
The longer lines and what have you, but it was a smaller plate of a bigger piece, if you will. So, yeah, I think Nick Hagar and Emmett Kane, I think.
Must be getting there, the depth now. Must be getting
You're
there.
getting quite close, Steve. I'll check it.
Emmett Kane is from Castle Dermot in Ireland.
Is he? Where's that to you?
Yep. No, I'm not
That way down?
100% sure. Yeah, well, I'm not 100% sure where that is, to be honest. Well, I'll tell you in a minute. It's near...
William Kenny said he had the opportunity to spend a day at Emmett's workshop.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. I hope he went.
So William will know where that is.
I'm just looking at the map.
I don't know, and I'm presuming I'm not sure if he's Northern Ireland or Southern Ireland.
No, he's in the south.
He's the south, is he?
He's in Ireland, yeah. Emmett Kane Woodturning, Castle Dermot Ireland, master artisan recommended by the National Museum of Ireland.
So
Well, that's just a little... That's
he's
just
in Carlow. William says he's in Carlow.
Oh, he's in Carlow. He's not far from William. I
That's
don't
why he went.
see any... well, there's emmettkane.com. Oh, that's for sale. I don't see him on any... if Emmett Kane on Facebook.
He is on Instagram. You'll find him on Instagram, Brian.
Yep, I'm just looking through a Google search and I can't find his Instagram page.
Right.
I don't know if that's him or not. On Facebook. Oh, there's I. So I found his Facebook page, okay. And I'll just share that with these guys.
It might be a link in the Facebook page.
His website, Brian, is www.emmettkane.com, and then is it a /?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it's leading forwards, which is a /.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he says on Instagram. What time do we usually go on till, guys?
It won't be long
Just-
now. Only
no,
till Steve
15 minutes or
finishes,
so.
probably 10, 15. Is that all right for you, or have you got a show?
Yeah, I think my wife's just getting a bit upset with me.
Oh, shit.
Oh, well,
Oops.
you know,
I don't.
You wanna go,
you don't have to
Chris?
say if you want to go, Chris. Don't worry.
I'll give you another 5 minutes. I don't want to distract you.
You know, it was just basically for you, really. And
Yeah, I understand that, yeah.
if you need to shove off, time constraints and things, we understand. No problem. All this lot in the chat's bored to tears with us anyway, so you know.
They go off on their own tangent. and
Yeah,
all
they
that.
do. Yeah,
Well, they do all the time.
yeah.
I think that'll do.
You think that'll do?
All right, so I'll give it a quick sand up on the inside with the
Done that.
power drill. I'm going to cheat. We'll get the power drill.
So what's on next then, Chris?
Yeah,
What's on
sorry?
next for you? You got teaching tomorrow, is it, or break for the weekend?
No. Sunday. I've got somebody in for 4 hours on Sunday.
Yeah.
So that's on a Krafts course website. So yeah, it's all right. So he's coming over. So I had Ken today. That was all day. And I've even got a regular lady vicar at the minute.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, awesome stuff. So she's loving it, absolutely loving it. She managed to bag a Pro Edge 2,500
That is good.
Yeah, and with the jigs as well. Because I mean the angle
yeah.
jig is 70 quid on its own.
It's a bit more now, I think.
Yeah, it's a bit more than that now.
Yeah, I think it's about £89
I
or
should
something.
keep
now.
in with her because you'll have plenty of yew trees in the garden.
Yeah.
Very true. But yeah, absolute bargain she got it for. So I said, now you have to go and buy some tools. So she's got a lathe. She got a lathe from Styles and Bates. She didn't want to go down the second-hand route. She wanted the guarantee that you get with it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, she's over the moon with it. I think she's absolutely awesome.
There's some really good deals and warranties on lace nowadays.
Yeah.
You reckon they'll have a 5-year guarantee? Like,
Right. Wow.
can't complain about that.
Not at all. I mean, when I got this up,
Axminster's 5.
yeah.
Yeah,
When I
Axminster's
picked
5.
this up off eBay, it had only had 20 hours of use. And that was all by professionals demonstrating.
Demonstrating it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's had no heavy work on the bearings or anything.
Not totally.
But bloody brand new. But yeah, that's mine. I mean, so that's Sunday this week.
Bit of production work during the week, maybe.
Yeah, well, I've got a lad in on Sunday off day. I've got to get some work out on Tuesday, because I try not to work on Monday because it's a wife's day off.
Oh, right, have a day off then.
Monday, so I try not to do any work on a Monday. And then I've got tuition again on the Wednesday, and then it's my class on the 25th. The demonstration to the woodworking symposium on Sunday the 26th. And then on Monday the 27th, I'm over in Doncaster.
Cool.
Nice.
Doug Miller's asking, Chris, where do you sell your work? Is there
So you're busy then.
obviously a website?
It's in Dorset, called the Danzel Gallery.
Danzel Gallery in Dorset.
Yeah. Stuff in there.
Sell
I
it
mean,
on the website as well. I mean, Doug's in Texas, or not Texas. He's in the middle of the new states somewhere.
who's that, sorry?
Doug Miller. He's in the United States, so
Right.
I'm wondering where you sell it. Like, obviously, overseas might want to buy it. How can they get hold of it?
Yeah, I used to have it on Etsy, but since the cost of living crisis, I pulled it off because things were just not moving.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you just can't just leave things there all the time. You keep renewing it, costing you every time.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
at the minute, like we said earlier on, there was no gallery available. That's what I'm working on, getting that stocked up, so people will be able to buy it direct from me. So I'll have them on the website maybe another week or so, and that should be done.
Okay. So look for your website just after a week, and
Yeah,
hopefully then anybody want to.
you just
give you a
come on.
message.
You can subscribe for free to the website. If you don't have to pay anything or anything like that, you'll get notifications of IRDs that I'll do, any hands-on classes. Most of the hands-on classes I do over the internet as well. There were some of the good ones last year. So the one that's coming up on the 25th, that was a texturing workshop. And the one I did online, I had the texturing workshop 1 week, and then 3 weeks later, I think I had the enhancement, where they then decorated all the textures.
Oh yeah.
So it was like you buy both together. I think it was got 10 quid off or something like that. I think it was. So it was taken up really well. Oh, it was
We're
awesome.
turning Zoom. I think that's Martin. He says, "Where are you? Did you say Sheffield,
So I'm in Lancashire.
Lancashire,
Lancashire.
Lancashire?
That's the one.
Is that where you either bat or bowl?"
Yes. Yes. They definitely don't do football. That's for sure.
There's a joke somewhere I heard one day where I don't know if I ought to say it on YouTube, or perhaps I can.
Be careful.
somebody said to a bloke, he says, in a group, he says, do you know there's only two things that come out of Lancashire? One's loose women and one's cricketers. This bloke said,
Right.
my wife's from Lancashire. He said, does she bat or bowl?
Terrible. At least
Terrible.
it's an hour, isn't it?
Shocking, Derek.
Shocking.
Can't believe you said that.
Oh, that was a joke. Those that don't like it, tough.
I actually can't believe you said it.
Right, do you prefer Zoom or personal demonstrations, Chris? From Ben.
Either or. I'm quite happy to do more. I mean, when they're personal, in the clubs and what have you, people can come up, they can feel the textures that they created and things like that. So that's a good thing, and it's over the internet. Sometimes it's hard to try and explain like how hard you're pushing. It's quite difficult. So I think both have the cons and both have the pros. Like,
yeah.
So, I mean,
Martin's just resaid. He said no. He meant, do you demo in Doncaster or Sheffield?
it's Doncaster Woodturners. I'm demoing.
Doncaster Woodturners.
Yeah,
Last buff.
that's the demo next month. This month.
Terry, Stephen's shocked by your joke.
Yeah. He's so shocked he wants more.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Monday the 27th. I'm at Doncaster Woodturners, and that is in the port. Yeah, DN93.
I'm confused by Simon's question.
Yeah, Simon just says a question. Do you still find?
What?
Fine.
Find D. Find D. No, Simon, try again, Simon. Have another sip. Use both fingers.
Have another sip.
Benjamin says always get mixed by Lancashire and Yorkshire. Same thing, really.
Start a war.
Fight and talk.
Give me Mrs. a bunch of rules.
Right.
Hello, Ruby. Ruby says, terrible, Terry. Well, after all that time, Ruby, is about an hour ago.
So
There we go. Look at that. Gorgeous.
a little bit of
Lovely.
texturing, just flat black on the bottom,
Well done. That's good.
and then just waxed on the
Really
inside.
beautiful.
Lovely piece, that Steve.
That's very good, Stephen.
Right, let's bring you guys back. Here we are.
Do you have to?
Hello, everybody.
Okay.
Hello.
So quickly, before
Right.
Chris has to go, is there any more questions for Chris? Because if not, he's going to get shot by his wife, and we don't want to be responsible to have Chris's wife on our backs. So
No, especially if she's going up to blinking Newark, she might come and get us all.
You need to you need to show us that piece you're going to demo at
Oh, yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Get that one out.
full screen, Steve.
full screen.
Put you on full screen, Chris.
Your
There you
wish
go.
is my command.
They
Look at
are.
that.
They're on full.
Very. Oh, that's
Wow.
quite nice.
That's good.
So obviously
Like
it's a hollow form.
Hmm.
Well, I won't be demonstrating how to hollow it. So I'm demonstrating how the texture is created, how the colours are created.
It's nice.
Right. Lovely.
What size is that, Chris?
What, sorry?
Size there.
I would say it's about 9 inches tall.
6 across, maybe.
8.5 inches tall by 5 3/4
Yeah,
diameter.
Wow.
Nice.
So yeah,
That's a beautiful
96
piece.
basically then, and that's
Absolutely
yeah, look at
stunning.
that. That's lovely.
So I like a lot of my pieces like that with a round bottom, and they just find their own balance and how they want to be displayed.
Cool.
That's a very nice
Nice.
piece.
Look forward to seeing
Yeah.
it.
Very nice.
Right.
William Kenny likes your bow, Steve. He says It's fine, but it's a bit lumpy in the
I
outside.
tell you what, William, that's a hell of a bit of tool control, isn't it? What?
Yeah, that. To get
Um,
it lumpy like that. it's
So
cool
Simon's
like-
question's in there now. Do you
Where?
still find crafts useful to sell items, drum up interest in your work demos? That's for Chris, I would take it.
Oh, sorry, say again, Steve. I wasn't listening then, to be honest.
Yeah.
Do you still find crafts useful to sell items, drum up interest in your work, stroke demos?
Demos.
Well,
Craft fairs.
Yeah, I
fairs,
reckon he means
does he mean?
craft fairs, yeah.
I've done a couple. Like I mentioned earlier on, when you're competing with somebody who doesn't need to make a living, it's difficult. You know, because how can you ask an average Joe, like, you get two people who've turned and they're both equally good, and I want £100 and he wants 50.
Yeah.
Why do I want £50 more?
That's the
The
question.
person who's buying is not interested that I need to pay my mortgage.
And that's the question
So-
you'll get all day long, isn't it? Because they'll turn around and say,
Yeah.
why is yours £50? What makes yours more £50 worth more than what Joe Blogs down the road is? And I've done it myself.
Exactly.
I've done craft fairs and they pick up a bowl, they go, you want 50 quid for that? Well, I can get something that looks like that in home bargains for like £7.99.
Yeah.
Go and buy it then, sir.
Yeah.
Good.
It's the ever-old question. I mean, I'm certainly not going to knock them because,
No.
you know, everybody's got that boat. They have their own boat to float.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I just don't put myself in that position.
Just don't do craft fairs. I think to sell hand-turned items like we do, I personally think you have to go to a specialist sale.
Yeah.
If you go to a craft fair, take your tat. Don't take your good stuff. Take your tat. Take a few nice pieces because you never know. There might be someone there who's got a few quid in their pocket. But if not, then give them a card. Tell them have a look on your website and things like that.
I mean, I get when I do the last one I did over in at Lytham at the pavilions.
All right. Yeah.
For the actual selling of my words, it was okay, but I think I got out of it. I think I got about 6 lessons out of it.
Yeah.
So in that way, it paid for itself, more than paid for
Yep.
itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, the different streams all coming in make a good living. But just when it's just one, it's quite difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that's what I found at the craft fairs lately.
Like I say, I think they got to be
That's fair
special. You
enough
mean
answer.
Barry Wood Creations? He does one up. I don't know where it is, down south somewhere, and he always does really well there.
Right.
And the reason being, it is specifically for arts and crafts.
Yeah.
So that's that's the sort of places people need to be in it.
Yeah, I mean, there's some of the craft fairs that I've done up here. In bygone time, you've got to vet the actual people who are doing the fair as well. Because if they're bringing in 3 or 4 woodturners, you're all competing against yourself.
Yeah.
And then where it's got,
Yeah.
if it's advertised as handmade, and yet you go in there and there's 9 identical balls coming from Sri Lanka, they've not been handmade by that person who's selling them.
Definitely
Nope.
So, you know, you've really got to vet the fairs that you're going to as well.
not. Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree with you. You need to be where there's.
Yeah.
You mean every part of the country's got areas where there's money, and they're the sort of places you should be going to. So,
Absolutely.
right then.
And Martin's got it weighed up. He says, "Oh, there's own bargains
Exactly.
and Harrods.
Exactly.
Different
Exactly. Right.
overheads. You know.
Right, so we are going to knock it on the head because Chris needs to get off. Thank you very much, Chris, for coming over and joining us.
Yeah, his wife's-
Very much appreciated, sir. Very much
Yeah,
appreciate
well.
you taking the time out to come and join us. I hope you've
Yep.
enjoyed it. I hope you've had fun.
Oh, it'd be great. It'd be lovely to come back and see you again. Not too soon, but
Yeah.
No,
Next year,
Yeah,
maybe.
next year.
Yeah.
We'll get you on next year.
Next
we're
year.
after, mate.
Yeah, but absolutely lovely. Thanks very much for asking me, Steve.
That's not a problem, mate. Anytime. You're
Been
welcome.
great
anytime.
fun, and
Thanks to you for coming.
that's been something new for me.
See?
Yeah.
All right,
great.
guys, thank you very much.
Okay,
Hey, Chris.
Chris.
Good night.
Thanks ever so
Okay.
much for coming in. We'll speak to you soon.
Catch you
Take
later,
care,
mate.
Chris.
care.
Are you going to chuck me out, Steve, and then
No.
You just have to disconnect
I just
yourself. Just
did
press the
myself.
little red button
Okay.
down the
Just
bottom.
press the little red button.
Right, Chris. Thank you very much, mate. Speak
the
to you
best.
soon.
thank you.
Bye, Chris.
We'll just wait for Chris
Where's
to
the
go.
red button?
Then
Press the
bottom of
button.
phone,
Press the
bottom of the
button.
screen.
Skype.
Red phone.
Put the arrow on it and click.
There you go. He's gone. Right.
There he
There
goes.
he's gone.
He's gone.
He's gone. Right. So.
Right, we can talk about it now, guys.
Right, so hope you've enjoyed, guys. I know it's not been too interesting. Obviously, that's all about Chris, but just a simple little
Very
bowl.
interesting.
Just a simple little bowl.
Very good, Steve. That was you did that almost without me knowing.
So these bits, I bought these bits a few weeks ago. So they come in the round one, but they come in.
Put yourself on full screen.
They
so
come
can
in
see 'em
different
close up.
courses. So the ones I got were the fine ones. But they do them in three. I think that's 3 different courses, isn't it, Brian? They do
Yeah,
them in
fine,
three-
medium, and coarse.
Yeah, they do them in 3 different courses. So these are the fine ones. They're the 3 different shapes that I got, like a pear drop shape and then a round tube. That is actually the first time I've used them, and they actually cut. When I
They're
bought
very
them,
good.
I was going to be a little bit. I thought I was going to not too happy because if you look close, they leave a little bit of texturing. Don't know if, yeah,
They
they
do.
leave a little bit of score line in the wood, but actually I quite like the look of that score line. That actually gives it a bit more depth of character, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
So yeah, I'm quite pleased with them. So I'll be using them a bit more now. So right, let's bring you guys back in.
So,
So
you don't need to be smooth. You know, your
Well, the idea-
texturing doesn't need to be smooth.
exactly, the texture's supposed to be textured, and I actually do. I didn't think I was going to
Link,
like the
please,
lines they
Brian.
put. They didn't think they was going to like the lines, but I actually quite do like the lines. Rah, lines. Anyway, what's Roy want the link for?
You know? He wants
Oh, it
cuts
says
all.
great demos.
I'm just
Steve.
going to get
Nice
them
work.
now.
All right, okay, right. So each and every one of you guys who's bought the Makers T-shirt already, thank you so much for doing that. Very much appreciated. But if you haven't, then why not? The link is at the top of the page. So if you would like a Makers T-shirt to help out this year's charity, we haven't actually just decided what this year's charity is going to be yet. So
We'll have a
hopefully
chat about that.
we'll hopefully announce that later on in the year or in the next few weeks. Sunday, I'm going to show you the certificate and the letter I have had from Dementia UK. It says on the certificate to skkrafts and his amazing audience, or viewers actually, I think it says. So a massive thank you. I will show you that on Sunday. So we will sort that out. What else was that's about it, I think, at the moment. I appreciate
So-
you guys for coming over and joining us.
So I've just put that the link into Cutso.
Yep.
And that's their website. But these things are available on Amazon, guys. If you want to buy them, they're on Amazon.
Thank you, Andy. Look forward to seeing your trial. And don't forget, if you've got your loving cups, you need to get them over to me today.
Pictures
Brian,
in today.
Terry.
Mine's in.
Oh, is it?
You should have had mine.
Here you go. Here you go.
No, you got to post a picture.
Oh, that's cheating. That is you later. I'm not going to accept that
Yeah,
because
you
you're lazy. cup.
lasered them out. That's no blinking good.
Not going to accept that.
Oh,
Then
shut
finish
up.
this great demo.
Thank you, guys. Hope you've appreciated. I hope you've enjoyed listening to Chris. Like I say, I'm trying to get some new people on this year to try and make it a bit more interesting. Still
Yeah,
got some of
Chris
the
was very interesting.
old faces coming back as well, the popular faces. So hopefully we can get a few new people on as well. So that'd be good. Right. So shall we go, guys? Shall we knock it on the head?
It's up to you. It's your channel.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
knock it on the head. Let's knock it on the head.
Okay.
People have seen us long tonight. We've been on an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes.
25 to 9.
Get rid of them, Steve.
Yeah,
Get
we
rid of
should-
them.
You should have an email by now.
I'll see you Monday, team. No, I won't see you Monday. Will I? See you Monday?
Doug Miller's going to
Is it,
send you pictures
Yes.
in a minute, he says.
Good man. Thank you very much.
I better check. I will see you Monday. I might not be here Monday. Can't remember now.
You are here on Monday.
What?
Monday.
What? Another temporary silence up by Terry. Right,
No,
guys.
No.
No,
See
no.
you Monday, everybody.
Unfortunately, this
Bye,
Sunday, Nick will not be here.
But you'll have Brian.
But
Yeah.
but Brian will be in the background,
Chopping carrots.
chopping
chopping
carrots,
something
like
anyway.
like a pro. Anyway,
Look up.
we're gonna go. So thank you
Bye-bye.
very much for joining us. Hope you had a great evening. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up. Thanks to all the new faces in the chat. Thank you very much for coming over and seeing us. If you've enjoyed what you're seeing, then please hit that subscribe button and also the bell button. Then you'll be notified for all our upcoming lives and videos in the near future. So other than
There
that,
you go.
take care. Have a great weekend. Speak to you soon and bye for now. Bye. Say bye,
Bye,
guys.
everybody. Good night. Bye, guys.
That's all, folks.